A warm welcome to Santa Claus, Indiana, America's Christmas hometown. Our field correspondent is here today for a bit of a nature documentary to determine just why old St. Nicholas is outstanding in the field in the middle of July. The locals of this Santa Claus, Indiana, have deemed this location suitable for an amusement park known as Holiday World. Specifically, the holiday of Christmas, or whether this park incorporates more holidays, is yet to be discovered. Let us hand things over to our field correspondent who is approaching the park now.
The curious tourist is interested in what awaits in the legend parking lot. Though the rows of empty parking spots do not seem to have any sort of festive theming. Large and imposing, the Raven stands guard over the impressive front gate that leads into this Holiday World. Various tourists are gathered to head into Holiday World and pay respects to the American holiday tradition. But there is confusion. It seems that none of them are wearing the traditional holiday garb associated with the holiday of Christmas. The sleek Raven dives deep into the wilderness. Fascinating. Yes, in Holiday World it seems like every day is Christmas, even in the middle of July when it is 90 degrees out. Smart shoppers can get ahead of the busy Christmas rush by consulting with Santa here directly. Near the entrance to the park, there's an opportunity to meet the man himself, Santa Claus, though he does seem a bit stiff in his current state.
It's the little Saint Nick. It's the little Saint Nick. Merry Christmas, baby.
Before we continue, a concerning development. Previous reports from the front lines of Holiday World have been confirmed by our sources to have been suppressed by vengeful supreme overlord of the Six Flags Corporation, Salim Basul, mad with power from his recently acquired Gundam suit. Please subscribe to the channel and follow the provided link to our channel's secret correspondence so that the truth about Holiday World may be revealed. Thank you.
Free guidance has been provided for the patrons of this holiday festival. It seems that this tourist would be wise to grab one himself. 5 minutes into the trip, this tourist is already lost and will be forced to consult the map. The wooden roller coasters at Holiday World are adorned with these flags at the top of their lift hills. It seems to be some sort of coloration to scare off predators. Americans are famously addicted to soft drinks, and it seems that Holiday World is prepared to feed this addiction with free soft drinks throughout the park. Throughout this land, the workers at Holiday World have stationed these guard dogs as some sort of animal to alert the presence of potential ne'er-do-wells to the park employees. A pleasant surprise, it seems that the denizens of this Holiday World have prepared for a more topical holiday. But it is 6 days after the 4th of July has occurred. This 4th of July section is themed very well to the 4th of July, as in there's not much actual theming, except for red, white, and blue plastered everywhere, and likely some fireworks going to go off later in the night. We are traveling through time as we have left the 4th of July section, and now we are going into Thanksgiving. This doesn't seem very fitting for July, as Thanksgiving is a November holiday, but...
Ah yes, the Voyage. This wooden roller coaster, built by the Gravity Group in the early 2000s, is a potent aphrodisiac for a specific type of human known as the roller coaster enthusiast, or thoosie. Thoosies are known to grow incredibly aroused at the sight of this attraction, buying lots of t-shirts and talking non-stop about how this is supposedly the greatest wooden roller coaster in the world. It is my turn to investigate whether or not these claims are true.
Thankfully, the local gathering of thoosies known as Hollywood Nights is not currently occurring, so the queue line for such an attraction is not egregiously long.
Witness the elation of thoosies in their natural habitat as they stare at the erotic display of the Voyage flying by.
After a singular ride on the Voyage, this enthusiast is not yet quite convinced of the superiority of the ride, but will be making future attempts. This type of shirt is a sort of signal for different thoosies to identify themselves in the wild. It also works as a sort of warning sign to repel women.
For the Thanksgiving holiday, Holiday World has invented a new type of sauce known as gravy. As you can see right now, the vehicles on this roller coaster here are themed to some sort of gravy holding device known as a boat. Rather confusing as this attraction takes place on land.
Ding dang ding woo, da 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 ding dong, ding dang ding woo, da 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 ding dong.
The queue for good gravy has teleported us into Grandma's house, but it seems like this Grandma doesn't suffer from
crippling dementia.
Now let's go get that gravy.
Notice how the front of the car has gravy spilling out of it. What attention to detail. We have successfully intercepted a transmission from the front lines. Let's see what it has to say.
Snoopy clears.
holiday in the sky. This is truly a treat, folks. We are witnessing the rare appearance of the legendary bird Pokemon Zapdos in the wild. Unfortunately, any sightings of its brethren Moltres and Articuno are yet to be seen. Another rare sight at Holiday World. Here we see the presence of steel box B&M track. It's quite surprising given Holiday World's reputation for old-school American wooden coasters that they would reach out to such an exotic European manufacturer for one of their flying machines, but it seems that they picked correctly, as B&M has produced a very satisfying vehicle. The atmosphere turns spooky as we depart the Thanksgiving section and go back in time towards Halloween. Who knows what sort of happy haunts await us on the other side? And what awaits us in Halloween is the legend. Yes, quite a legendary ride, themed to the Headless Horseman of Sleeping Hollow. Let's hope that after a ride on this I can keep my head.
Famously elusive, the legend darts through the edges of the wilderness, hiding from enthusiast predators.
Having removed the heads of its victims, the legend is prepared to ride on its course unencumbered.
The original predator of Holiday World, the Raven, is a truly legendary attraction, having been voted the best wooden coaster in the world for all of 3 years in the early 2000s. According to some of these thoosie creatures, this is the ride that put Holiday World on the map. I'm interested to see whether or not the Raven really has claws.
The Raven is an efficient predator as well, having also disposed of its victims and is being prepared for a solo voyage.
The Raven makes an elaborate turn in the sky before diving through the thicket to attack unwitting passengers with its airtime-filled claws.
Well, thankfully, Holiday World has confirmed that Christianity is indeed the correct religion. It also seems that Holiday World, thankfully, has remembered the Alamo. Holiday World has stolen the recipe for blue ice cream from a rival park, Kings Island, located just a few hours northeast. I am sure that the patrons of Six Flags will be very disappointed to hear in this news. Holiday World understands the plight of the Irish immigrant quite well by offering free sunscreen all around the park. This will hopefully allow the Irish, such as me, to avoid getting third-degree burns and leave the park with only second-degree ones. The existence of sunscreen is a big benefit as well, because it seems that the proprietors of this Holiday World don't know of the existence of shade.
Uh-oh. An unwitting thoosie has overdosed on the Voyage's potent airtime cocktail and has spread the contents of its stomach all over the train.
Unfortunately, prolonged exposure to the aphrodisiac has indeed rendered me a fan of the ride. Alas. Released from their aquatic enclosure, the denizens of the water park are free to roam about Holiday World, and as a result, the rides operating with a single train are running into a significant number of issues.
I must say, at the end of this journey, this traveling narrator is decently impressed by what Holiday World has to offer. It seems that this Holiday World is not really a celebration of holidays. The individual lands are very loosely tied to the holidays they supposedly inhabit, but it is a temple to the wooden roller coaster, a true tour de force with 3 wooden coasters that all offer a slightly different and uniformly excellent experience. It's enough for an independent observer such as myself to actually consider coming back here for Hollywood Nights.
Thank you very much. I hope you all enjoyed this little travel to the world of Holiday, and I hope to see you again next time.